Welcome back to the pod at the pod place. Now we've got a little different episode. Like you're used to seeing Oscar here with another guest, but today we've got the two engineers of the Las Vegas studio, and we're gonna break down for you like what it's been like building out this new studio and actually recording an episode in it for the first time. And so Noah, what do you think?
Yeah, this place has, the work to get to this point. I mean, everything down to the walls, the lighting, everything was a lot of work. Like we spent like pretty much 4 days straight just doing this room. Maybe like
we had a lot of firsts that day, a lot of first day injuries and various spills.
Yes. Yeah, it was crazy. Like we were here like literally from 10, 11 in like the morning all the way till like pretty much almost 12 hours.
Hours of the day.
Yeah.
Just to like make sure that this was at least ready to put some cameras in it.
Yeah, at least something.
And then we literally we ran one like the next day, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Like,
yeah.
Literally the next day.
Dude.
I don't remember how that went. Did you run that one?
No, that was with you and Adam. And that was
literally the next day.
Yeah, that was Adam Churchman with you, and then
right, because we ended up having like 2 build days, and then
and then you ran like
literally the next day ran like the first few sessions.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Dude. Although weirdly, and this is a bit of a leak, it's not technically the first one we've done in the space, because we've had to do a couple patch jobs which you've done.
Yes.
I wanted to know what that was like.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So this was even before we got the drywall in. Like we were double booked one day because of a scheduling error, and like me and Oscar had to like speed run set up this room up here. And dude, it was like, I mean, we did as much as we could with soundproofing and like everything, but I mean, luckily the people that we're working with are super cool. So I don't even know if I'm allowed to say, but but they're super chill.
If you go back through the BTS, you might be able to find
which ones it is. Yes.
But it was funny though, because I remember one day, like a similar, not really a scheduling error, but we double booked for the day. But Oscar was like, we can just build out something in the upstairs space, and I was like, okay. And I remember for that we showed up hours ahead of the shoot time. And so how much time did you have before you had to like make the studio and then start filming the session?
No, it was like literally because I was also running another session at the time, so like down in our original space, so I had to go like start their stuff and run upstairs and like help Oscar build out that and run back down again to do more stuff. So like literally like with the time I had, at most I had like probably half an hour to like
because we spent the whole day like cleaning and drilling and furniture you had to do. I was like, because I remember asking, I was like, have you done any other sessions in this space? And you were like, yes.
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it was a lot.
I totally missed that.
For sure.
All right, that being said, so now we have like a proper space built out, which is like super cool, but I love the new space. I love how we configure things. Is there anything that you miss about the downstairs? Because I know I have at least one thing.
So I think it's something that we're like still kind of working on. But I think it's just the one thing I miss downstairs, huh? I don't know if it's like the lighting, but I don't know. Something I think that something about the downstairs had some kind of cozy golden vibe to it, and I'm sure we'll recreate it up here eventually. Yeah, but like
I think we've done the lighting a lot differently. Yeah, like we've moved toward a lot of the cooler tones. Like, especially in here. Yeah, and then also in the platinum space. But I think for the desk setup and for the boho space, we're probably gonna opt for something like a little warmer. Yeah, especially since we're gonna have 2 sets on the boho, like that on the boho side of things. So those will probably be like the cozier, warmer ones. But I definitely know what you mean, because like the boho space we loaded with like very warm lighting like most of the time, which as much as I liked it was kind of a pain to get set up.
That is fair.
Stuff needed their own remotes, and like everything was plugged into like their own outlets.
We had to like shut or turn on 3 different power strips or 4 different power strips to turn some. Yeah.
There was an RGB over the couch that we would have to like get up, take down, like set to the right color, and then
put
it back up again.
I don't miss that.
That part I don't miss.
I don't miss that. Well, what is it that you miss though? You said there's one thing.
Oh yeah, it's so specifically, and I don't know if I don't think it was on the cards for this one based on how we had to build it out, but it was the open rafter setup on the downstairs.
Yeah, you're right.
Which was super cool. You're right. That's a very like studio thing.
It is.
Like it gave it that nice kind of like soundstage vibe, and it's nice, and it also made it easier for us to like mount lights easier. So if we needed to just like unscrew a plate and then drill it somewhere else,
it right in there.
Like we could do that.
Yeah,
and it also was like easier to route cables around the top of it over like having to like run them down.
Yeah.
Like we've done a pretty decent job of like making it like
still look
much more discreet.
Yeah.
This could be much worse.
Yeah, we got to get a little more creative with this new space.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing, right? Because it's forcing us to think more of like, okay, how do we, if we have to like tuck these cables in and make sure they don't move anywhere, we also have to make sure that we're able to access like power from like other places. So like we've made it so that we're basically just turning on like 3 things, like hitting 3 buttons and all the lights are on.
Yeah.
Which is super nice. Like that's true of Platinum. Boho right now, I think it'll stay that way, is one strip and all of the lights turn on immediately, which is super nice. But
amazing.
That's something where we've instituted. Like that was a nice thing about being able to build out the new space, is that you can do things that you wanted to do in the old one, but we're kind of just like restricted by like it being like a pre-existing thing, right? Like this is basically new. We didn't do most of the specking out how this was supposed to look, but like Oscar and Judy have been like working on like doing the build out, making sure the rooms are the right size. We've got like power like everywhere now. It's like it's been super nice to like see the ideas that they've had of just like how would they build like a new studio basically, which is super cool.
And it's cool, like their vision is true. So we got this whole thing now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is just like cool. This one is even just like the one we're in right now has been like completely developing like as we're going, because this was a totally different room before.
Yeah,
this was supposed to be like a conference style desk setup, I believe, but like we thought it looked so nice with like the chairs and the couches that we've kind of just iterated on that idea.
Yeah, I mean,
super cool.
Like this was supposed to be the lobby couch. We ended up just keeping it in here.
Yeah.
We don't even have a name for this room yet.
Technically, no, we still don't have a room.
So
name for the room. So like this,
yeah.
That's gonna be all Judy. Like I've asked her, and I think she's still like kind of mulling over it. Like we don't necessarily have a theme. I remember someone saying this should be
like a chess room, right?
Chess room, because of the black and white paneling over here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like this is like the like cafe. Setup, like sort of like nice city cafe vibe.
Right. It is kind of like I feel like it's kind of gotten like a little bit of an industrial kind of feel to it.
I think so,
yeah. But
it's very in look. Like a lot of restaurants look
like
this
right,
now.
Exactly. So
there's like a nice Italian restaurant that I love called North Italia.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like
this. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. But
big plans.
Dude, big plans moving forward. And like, I mean, this entire studio space is still developing as it is. I mentioned it in a post. Like, we're still building out. We have like one room that is still not even built yet, but we're coming up with stuff. And, but yeah, I mean, overall, I think the vision is going to come true. Like, super excited.
Yeah. I know a pain that we've both had is like the spaces are a little tighter.
They are.
So we've both been struggling to figure out camera angles.
Right. Yeah. And actually, I don't know if Oscar told you, but we just got a new a wider lens again.
Great.
Like a new actually, we're using it on your camera.
Oh.
So cool. Like we're figuring it out right now.
That's great.
Yeah, because we use a lot of like I said, like narrower like focal lengths, but like now we're trying to experiment
tighter.
in the tighter room.
Yeah.
So,
I actually had to for one session, because they do a wide setup, and I wanted to use the 24 to 7. They have a wide camera, so I wanted to use the 24 to 70 on it. Yeah. Because it's like a little nicer, a little sharper, but it's because it's a crop sensor, so it's like 1.5 times. So it went from 24 at the widest focal length to 36. which not like super tight, but I still had to like.
You still have to figure it out. Like
you would have laughed at this. Is I had I had a camera, and then the wide camera was pulled all the way back. It was on the Plaid set. It's pulled all the way back where the table is.
Oh my god!
And I like had just enough room that there was like left and right, and then like enough.
Oh my god! You like just had enough room. That's crazy.
I'll show you. It looks.
That's funny.
It looks. The angle looks great, but it was like really fun trying to set it up.
Just had to pull that back all the way.
Yeah, just all the way around.
Well, we like I said, we got to get creative. Or we're getting creative in this space. Yeah. Even outside of designing, it's also recording too. Pretty much.
I think one of the nicest additions is that.
Oh yeah,
is it visible on yours?
This canvas, yeah, you can see it. It's like right behind me. This is not a painting, by the way. This is it's a TV.
And it's worked because we did have someone ask today, is that a painting or is it a TV?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had someone, even someone yesterday was wondering what it was in here, and I was flipping through the pictures, but and the idea is for those who do want to book our this set is you can put your logo or whatever graphics behind you too.
Yeah, so. Which we've had a couple of requests for, so that'll be super nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, things we couldn't really do, like technically could have, but now that we're able to like have more fine control over this space, it's like definitely like more creative ideas being implemented into how we do things. So
like we're always expanding, and like I mean, who knows? Maybe the next set we make is gonna have something unique on it too. So it'll have people book the different rooms that just try it out. You know.
Yeah. See, that's another thing that you're teased to is the new mics.
The new mics.
Is you hit it. It does. Thankfully, it's like we don't have the same. They're newer. They're a lot nicer.
Yeah. For sure. But dude, like it's crazy. Just the development. Like you have been here for how long have you actually been working here for?
I was actually able to look back because I have I was trying to like offload all of the behind the scenes videos I have on my phone and trying to put them onto my external drive, and I was able to look back because I thankfully date stamped all of them from like since I started. So July. Yeah. Wow. So I couldn't remember if I started June or July. I think I met August. I think I met Oscar probably late June, early July, and then eventually started like it was funny because like we don't have the same processes now. I was basically like the second employee of his, like at least for the pod place, but I was the first like he brought first like where he started to like figure out like how do I like hire somebody like externally because I was somebody that was a little more outside his circle for those kind of things. Like I literally came from I talked to a guy who was selling our family solar.
That's crazy.
shout out Daniel.
Wow.
And he was like, hey, I know this guy who works in production, and like I had told him that I was like a photographer, and he like asked me if I did video, which technically did. I did not have as much experience.
That's crazy.
Though. But I got on a call with Oscar after a couple weeks, and then he was like, yeah, we're like running this new studio space, we're setting up this new one, and then it's like we need to bring somebody on that can like kind of be a producer. I don't remember how he described
it. How he framed it,
How he framed it, because again, he didn't really have like a name for like this role that we have now. And which is, I guess, is just studio engineer is what he settled on, which is like our official titles. And so he brought me on and showed me the space, and I thought it was cool because he had this like it was the downstairs space, and he had this like way configurable setup of like he had this whole podcasting setup, 2 different sides of it. And I was like, whoa, he's like set up this whole thing.
I mean, it was probably a lot emptier than it was before we moved out.
It looked way, for sure. Oh my god, it looked way different. It still looked way different from when you started too, because we've made a lot of we had made a lot of changes to that space. At the time, he only had 2 cameras.
Oh my god.
And I think a third, which was the Canon, but normally we were using that for behind the scenes stuff. But he only had 2 cameras and like a couple lights, and he was like, so like we just again, it's weird because like he was being very not vague, but again, he hadn't really defined like what this like role was, but he basically needed somebody to just be there, like manage the sessions and like do editing. And I was like, yeah, I can do all of that. And so like we had a different process then too. So like for the first day, I basically shadowed him the entire day. Yeah. And then it was like next day was like just me.
The next day.
I think it was like the next day. And
that's
it was
crazy.
Which was a little scary, but at the same time I was like, okay, he's shown me how to do all these things, and like I know that if like something comes up, I can contact him. Yeah. But it was a little terrifying because it was like, oh, I'm like I have to like meet with these people like face to face, like just me. I'm like relying on like my own personality to guide me, and it's not like I was unfamiliar. Like I had been in customer service like positions before, like stuff where I would need to like talk to people over the phone or like diffuse issues where they happen. Like it's not like I wasn't unfamiliar. Like I was unfamiliar with this kind of environment, but at the same time, this was way more like independent, I guess. Yeah. Is like, which has always been the nice thing about this job is because Oscar's very like let you
do your thing.
Yeah, like, go into it, do the best job you can, and then he's always there to be like, hey, let's just like work on this, and I was like, that's how I started. Yeah, which I can imagine was a lot different from how you did. Oh yeah,
for sure.
Because you came on you came through a client actually, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. So I started in October, so a little bit later. Because a little bit of background. So I worked at Best Buy before I worked here. But I wasn't working directly for them. I was a vendor for a television company or TV company. Can't say, but then my coworker is actually a client's photographer. One of our clients that does sessions with us, and he's his personal photographer. And he was like, "Yo, this client I'm working with, he needs to have a whole production setup in his house, and I don't know how to do that. And I do have production experience. Before I moved here, I worked at a TV station in Hawaii, so like I kind of have that background. I know how to do that. So I set up this client's home podcast setup essentially. Yeah. And then he told me, hey, like I do my bigger sessions at this place called the Pod Place. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like, what an interesting concept of having a studio just for video podcasts. And I do watch video podcasts myself. So then I didn't tag along, but through this client, I then contacted Oscar, like just asking, hey, like, do you have any like open positions for this place? Because like I have a heavy production experience background and like I can totally like be hands-on here. And Oscar was like, yeah. Just like come by like on Friday, and we'll talk. And I haven't told you this yet, but before, on that Friday, I had another job interview lined up. Oh, so yeah. I had a job interview before I came to meet Oscar.
Can you say where?
I want to, but just to keep it safe, I'm not going to say.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
It was for a real estate company. It was for a social media company.
Our
social media company.
You know what?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yes, okay. Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
That's funny. I applied to them and I didn't get it.
That's funny.
Well, I applied and it was like I was probably just one in like a sea of like other videographers and people with cameras trying to get a job.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know you're talking. I did not.
That's so
funny. You got an interview. I didn't even get that close.
Yeah, it was for like a social media like coordinator position for like this. Yeah, for a big real estate company in Vegas.
Which is really funny because anyone who's like a videographer in this town probably knows exactly.
Knows who it is.
Probably knows exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah. So I had
no shade. Like,
no shade to them.
Listen. They're probably a really great company. I've just never. I don't have any personal experience with them.
Right.
Clearly,
neither do I.
Well, at one point you were willing to work for them, or at least go in for the interview.
Yes. So
that's
like I had to. It was so funny because I had to dress up. I had to get a tie and like a shirt, formal wear. So I literally went to that interview. I was there for like, dude, almost like 3 hours because like I had to wait for a bit. And Oscar told me to meet me at I think it was like 5 or something, and it was like almost like 4:30, and I was like, oh my god, like, dude, I'm gonna be late meeting Oscar. So like
Did you leave?
No, like they kept going, and then like I literally left like almost at like 4:45. Like I was like, oh my god, I gotta rush over to Pop Place to meet this Oscar guy who's giving me this opportunity. So like I was speeding over. I didn't know Oscar yet, so I don't know if he was like, a meeting on time, whatever.
Yeah.
So like I sped over. I was there like late, but then Oscar was late. So I was like, okay, we're fine. This is fine. And that's pretty much in character with Oscar.
Not to say Oscar is like late for stuff, but
but like
Oscar's a very laid back guy. So so you had the same experience, not necessarily the same experience that I did.
Yeah.
Where I kind of went in.
Yeah.
Also went in expecting like this is like a serious, like a very serious guy, industry guy, and I was like, and like Oscar, but it was like, and then it was like.
Super chill.
He's super chill, which is like kind of what drew me to the company. And I think that's like a part of like how he carries himself is like he's always very approachable, very laid back. That's kind of what I've learned about him. Like he does take stuff seriously, but like when you get to know him, he's like way more chill than you expect.
It was way more chill.
No, I was definitely nervous. I showed up mad early.
Oh yeah.
I think I was like, I usually show up to things like that 5 or 10 minutes early.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I texted him. He's like. I was like, all right. I was like, oh, yeah, like, open the door. And he was like, I walk in, and they're just both chilling.
Yeah, just chilling.
It was actually Oscar and Stins.
Oh, Stins.
In the office at the same time. They're just chilling. He was like, yo. And I was like, oh, it's like, so that's
there you go. That's the vibe. Yeah, shout out to Stins, too. That's what's up. But anyway, so, like, I met with so I like I said, Oscar was late too, so I felt super relieved.
Okay.
But like I was literally wearing like a tie and like I was wearing like my business wear.
Yeah, of course.
Business wear. And then when Oscar came in, he parked, and this was the first interaction I had. Like he got out of his car and he's like, "Hey, can you help me bring in these water bottles?" And I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Okay, sure." And I'm like wearing this like business attire, so I'm like bringing in water bottles, and then he was like, "Oh," and then like because he was about to have a session, I think, and he was like bringing these water bottles, and then he's like, "Oh," and then he was like, "Can you help me set up these cameras?" And I was like, "Oh shoot,
yeah,
okay."
He's just having you do the job.
He was literally just having me do it like right off the bat. I'm like,
yeah.
So like literally like I hooked everything up to the Rodecaster because I've worked with mixing boards
Yeah,
before, so I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we hooked up everything. Then after he started the session, we talked. But like, he was like, "Yeah, dude, like come work with me." That's the story, pretty much. Yeah,
that's really funny to think about you in a trying to run a session,
dude. And I'm like never even been here before. It's the first time I've been here. Yeah.
That's a good first impression of Oscar. That's actually probably as like honest as it gets. Like with Oscar is like it's like you show up, and it's like you're expecting the super serious thing. He's like, "Can we bring in these water bottles?"
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Yeah, that's really fun. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that.
No,
part
I
of the story
haven't
before.
told anyone. Yeah, well, obviously Oscar knows, but I haven't told anyone before.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think mine was a little bit more straightforward. So it's really funny to hear that you got like the first hand, right. That basically what you did was just like what the job was. Is what's interesting about it. Yeah, and so that was probably like something that, like, do you see that as something that moved you toward? Like working for the pod place is that experience of like you got to do it firsthand and it was like really like chill about it.
I think like it was. I think it gave me confidence to kind of join. Like I think the one thing I was worried about, of course, is like because I was working a full-time job at the time, and I'm like I don't want to back down in like be transparent like in salary and whatever, but like. I think after meeting I think I met with Oscar again after, and like he was talking about the business and like everything, and I think it brought me some comfort. I'm like, this is gonna grow. Like, I think I'm just gonna, and then I'm like, I'm gonna take the leap. I'm gonna like leave my full-time job with being a obviously like a TV company vendor, and then just hop on this full-time. And,
Which so I had the same thing.
Yeah.
So actually, I had also, because I had been looking for a different job at the time. I was working part-time at Dutch Bros.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I was also looking for like I was kind of just looking to get out of Dutch Bros effectively. Yeah. Like at this time, like I'd been graduated for like a few months at that point, and so I went into Dutch Bros because I was like, I need a job, right? Like I didn't have anything lined up after college. It's like that's something about me that I still try to work on. It's like I have nothing really like in mind of like lining up. I figured once I got out of there, I was like, I'll just like fish around and see what I get. Yeah. And it's like our industry has become so competitive in that meantime. Because when I had gone to college, like basically everyone was looking for social media manager, right? Which is what I effectively studied in college. Yeah. And so when I got out there, by the time I graduated, everyone had a social media manager. Yeah. So you're seeing all these like job listings of like companies that are like looking for people to do that, but it's like lost in like a sea of stuff. I had maybe gotten like one interview for a social media position.
Wow.
And I did not get that job. And that was like a tough pill to swallow. So for me, that was kind of like the breaking point. I was like, I need to get a job. And that's how I ended up at Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
And as cool as it was to work for them, I had gone like through many days outside with like an iPad in the summer. And that was just like the biggest bummer to me. Wow. Is like, it's not that so much that it was so physically demanding that I had to like get out of there. It was more so just like, I don't feel passionate about this work. Totally. Which I think, I guess like you don't go into a part-time kind of like fast food position thinking like, I'm going to make it through. I was like, I need to find something. You're not going to do it. Yeah. So I actually had a couple other job opportunities at the same time. I had applied for a different coffee place.
Oh, okay.
Which was a bit more on like the artisan side of things, little higher scale, and I actually did get that job. I did not end up taking it, and also I don't know if I want to remain employable by this company, so I will say that I had applied for a sales position at a retail store.
Okay.
And I did get all the way through and got that job.
Oh, wow.
So at the time, I recently told Oscar that I did get that job.
Wow.
And at the time, when I interviewed with Oscar, or like at least had talked to him about working here.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, I'm in like the final round of interviews for this. And I was like pretty confident I was probably going to get that job. But he was like, here's how he sold it to me. Okay. And this is Oscar's skill.
There you go.
Right? Is I told him that I wanted to work at this place and I was in the final round of interviews, and he was like, okay, well, think about what you want though. Do you want to do you want to just work a job, or like, do you just want to make an hourly wage for most of your life, or do you want to start making money with your camera? And I was like, spent a lot of money on that camera.
Yeah, you did.
And I was like, well, because he kind of got down to like exactly what I wanted, like going forward, is that I had basically discovered this like creative passion to like make stuff, right? And so that was the moment it clicked for me, where I was like, I do want to like make stuff. Like I do want to be like a behind the camera kind of guy, or like work production and like make social media content, right? Like that weirdly, like I don't think most. That feels like a weird thing to say. That feels like something people say, like to fake it out on like a job interview. It's like, I'm really passionate about content, and marketing and management. And but at the time I was like, no, genuinely, like I grew up watching a lot of YouTube, and like consuming a lot of social media, and that kind of made me passionate about how that industry works and like making content and like how these people do it. Like I was the kind of person that loved watching like behind the scenes of like a YouTuber setup. It's just like what camera they're using, how they set things up, like the simplest setups turning into like channels with like millions of subscribers and views. Like that was something I always like really loved. And so like that moment for me was like, it kind of clicked that is something that I can actually do now. And that is what this job like enables me to do. And it's what it continues to enable us to do. Because now we're both, as much as we do like the engineering side of things, we're also like thinking about social media strategically and like the kind of content that we post, right? And we post very different kinds of content. Oh yeah, I will say. Yes. I think yours has that creative flair that I've always appreciated. But I also love like. But the thing is I also like what I do, because I like being able to kind of like turn on a camera and like talk about something for a bit. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I mean it's the same way like. How you said about like growing up with consuming YouTube content, the same thing for me. It's how I grew up watching, obviously gaming content is like one thing I grew up watching, like PewDiePie. Gaming, and then of course throughout the course of time, commentary became the second thing.
I have to ask, did you make your own gaming videos?
So there is some lore behind that.
I have too.
Yeah,
let's.
And I will spare this for another time, but let's just say I did run a commentary channel and I did get it monetized.
Yeah. Wow.
Back in when the commentary craze started happening back in 2016.
Oh, nice.
I did run a commentary channel.
2016?
Yeah.
That is.
Yes. So that was when
that was prime time for that.
It was. So I hopped on that train and I didn't make like a whole lot, but I still made money, like, you know, a couple hundred.
Wait, that's so cool.
Yeah, I made like a couple hundred off of YouTube. Like, was fun while it lasted, but then I stopped. But yeah, so I did try to get more involved with that, and I was like, yeah, and like, you know, I'm gonna be making probably more of my own content now, but. Yeah, and definitely like being able to record content and help other people. I think that's the one thing I've always loved is like helping other people get their creative vision out there.
Yeah.
That is like the one thing
that's kind of like the rewarding part of this.
It is, yeah. And I'm doing it. I'm getting paid to do it. So like,
yeah, which is fun. Super cool. That is something that's super cool. Is like when people like appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, because you try your best to like get what they want onto the camera, and it's really satisfying when you can do that for somebody. No, I think we're in the same boat. I think anyone who's like us or like likes doing what we do has at one point like tried to do their own YouTube channel. Like, I tried all sorts of things. Like I made a YouTube channel. I posted a couple of videos. They're terrible. Like they're gone. Google has them somewhere in the archives.
No. Yeah.
But like. Yeah, at some point we've all tried making a YouTube channel, making a gaming channel. Yeah. What was your recording software of choice?
Oh God, you talking about for screen recording?
Yeah.
Or
because there was a long time where I had no idea what OBS was or how to use it.
Yeah, I think, well, when I was like far like before 2016, I did try making gaming videos, of course.
Everyone has.
Of course, the good old trusty Bandicam.
Okay, you were also a Bandicam.
I was a Bandicam kid.
For me, Bandicam was just the easiest one.
It was
to use.
It was, and I didn't even know how to edit back then.
Were you a watermark guy? Did you pay for it? Yeah.
No, I did the watermark.
There was also like I've gone through like a lot of. I've tried a bunch of them because I was like they're all weirdly like. User unfriendly or like super specific. I don't know if you remember Camtasia.
I don't remember Camtasia. The one I do remember, I didn't use it myself, but I do remember Fraps. A lot of people were using Fraps.
Fraps was good though.
Yeah.
Fraps was terrible for your computer though.
Oh really?
I don't know if you've ever tried using it.
No, I've never used Fraps. No.
Fraps was great because Fraps is good for a couple things. One, it's also a benchmarking tool.
Oh, okay.
So you can use it for that specific purpose. I don't know how accurate it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably isn't. Fraps was good because it was the only one that didn't need. That one didn't have a watermark.
Oh, interesting.
So the people that knew how to use it were like, were pretty dedicated to like. I know Video Game Donkey said he used Fraps for like the longest time. I don't think he still does.
That's crazy.
I also used Fraps, but it's there's a noticeable hit on your computer.
Oh my god,
computer's performance. I think it's a CPU bound thing because it's effectively. All recording software has some sort of hit. I think Fraps was probably one of the worst for that specific purpose.
Yeah.
But like Donkey was doing like League of Legends stuff. So it's not like
it's not going to be super intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fraps. Oh god. I can't believe it. I totally forgot about Fraps.
I remembered Fraps. I've never used it though.
It was like Fraps, Bandicam. Eventually, when I learned how to use OBS, like I think everyone just uses.
Everyone just swapped out. Same thing with me.
Yeah, but nobody. It sucks though because I think nobody has that experience anymore of like trying random
webcams,
screen recorders, or anything to do it.
Yeah,
I didn't even have a webcam at the time.
Yeah,
and so like I was just recording audio only into.
That's so funny.
The cheapest Logitech headset you'd ever seen.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Good stuff,
dude.
And then I did try streaming at one point. Like I don't know if you were.
No, I never was a streaming person. I've only did YouTube content.
I had I did try it. It didn't go.
Really?
Or like it was fine. Actually, the biggest thing, the only notable thing I did was I had done I did Quiz Bowl in high school. And so I did a stream of that because there's an online client. So it was just a bunch of us in like a lobby of like doing it live, effectively for practice too. Because I think this was before like we had like I think playoffs or some tournament coming up. So we were just practicing. That is like the only stream of note that I had ever done.
Yeah.
And like everything else was kind of just like I turn on a game and I would get a couple views.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Actually, one time I did.
Yeah.
Our teacher was late so this was like lockdown.
Okay.
Gotcha. Our teacher was late, and so I just started streaming Valorant.
That's funny.
This is like I think this was Twitch drop.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Twitch drop era where I had finally gotten one and then started playing it.
Yeah.
And then I started I was like, I'm bored. I just flicked on stream, and I just like dropped the link into the classroom chat.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's so funny, dude.
Because we were like, do the same rules apply if they're gone? If they're not here for 30 minutes, do we just leave?
Dude, do we just go? I'm just gonna play Valorant for 30 minutes.
There's no reason for us to leave. It's not like we can go anywhere.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like figuring out how to make content in the first place. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, yeah, I didn't start live streaming until later, but and I won't get into it too much right now. But eventually down the line, as I was going more into my college years, I got more involved with esports. So I did a lot of esport production. So live stream esports, collegiate community, and also I did convention tournaments too.
Oh, that's cool. Did you work with like a specific team of people like is it a production team?
Yeah, so technically I wasn't a part of their company, but I was associated with a different entity, I guess you could say. I wasn't I wasn't being paid. I was doing it voluntarily. Nice. But still, like I loved it.
That's
so,
classic
like,
though.
Yeah, no, like so yeah, in Hawaii, the biggest convention or anime convention, gaming convention, it's called KawaiiCon, and it was so fun, like setting up like everything. We had like the whole like PC setup, like the tournament setup
so
and
cool.
stuff. So yeah, I did all that stuff, but like
I technically did something like that.
Yeah,
like I started as a once I started getting really into photography.
Yeah,
I was taking my camera everywhere.
Yeah,
I had done for a school assignment. I had done a piece on. We were supposed to do. Was it Hidden Faces of Las Vegas, which is like hidden faces of work.
Yeah.
So people working in like Vegas industries that kind of hidden away. So a lot of people had done teachers, or like some people had done teachers.
Yeah.
A lot of people did musicians.
Yeah.
One piece I thought was cool. Somebody did crossing guard. I actually thought the pictures that were cool. I wanted to do the tournament organizers because at the time I was going to a lot of fighting game tournaments, so I wanted to do one of the TO. So I did one for one who runs like the Tekken local. Here. Yeah. Shout out DC. Nice. Awesome guy. I did a piece on him. Yeah. And because I had done that, and that one was cool. That gallery's up online somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I had done that, he had me in his head as like, oh, this guy's a photographer.
Yeah.
So they were then working with this esports team here to run basically a pre Evo tournament, which Evo is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world.
Oh yeah.
So they were running a tournament literally the day before, like first day before Evo, and he hits me up, and I get hit by them. It's like, hey, we like needed a photographer on site, or like we would love. I was like, love it if you came by and you did some photos, and I was like, sure, unpaid gig at this time. I think.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because initially, like I wasn't. I think that first time I did it, I was associated with the local bragging rights, which
right.
So I came there as just like to help them out, take photos, and then eventually I got hit up by the esports team they were working with, and they were like, nice. Hey, we need some photos done. Do you think you could help with that? I was like, sure. Like, yeah. And then eventually turned into some like paid gigs too. So that was super cool. So like, awesome. Not the same experience, but I think it's interesting because I think we both I've always been like looking for the same like
for the same kind of thing. It just so happened like this is like pretty much everything like the pod place. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. But
that's probably a good place.
That's a good way. Yeah, I think so.
So anyway, guys, pursue your creative journeys, do what you want to do, and we'll see you next time at the pod place.